Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about quick tips. This is a new thing I want to do. Basically it's to help everybody in respect of their bike and keeping it nice and up to date, as you might say. Today I want to talk about chains. Now when you get the chain tightened, how can you tell if a chain is tight enough on your bike? There's two ways of checking. One off the bike, actually physically looking at the chain and measuring the actual sag in the chain. And the other way is you can tell when you're riding if your chain is getting too slack. It's an easy way of doing it when you're riding. I'll tell you in a minute or so when I get out of this blinking traffic. When you buy a motorbike, whether it's brand new or whatever, you get a basic standard chain, and the basic standard chains always, is he coming around or not? Yeah, he is. Basic standard chains will always stretch. A good quality, when you come to change, a good quality X or O-ring chain is what you want, and they hardly stretch at all. And you know what I mean, in respect of a normal chain, when you first buy your bike, it's a standard bulk chain, and they're made in bulk, and they will stretch. And you'll find in 4,000-6,000 miles you might need a new chain. So always when you go to change chain, get yourself an X or an O-ring chain. Right, let's get to how do you find out if your chain is too slack when you're riding your bike. It's all to do with your throttle control. It's all to do with when you're coming off the throttle. So I'm going to just go down this corner now, and I'm in third gear. I'm just going to come off the throttle, and when you put your throttle back on, if you get just a little tiny bit throttle back on, if you get a jump or it's not as connected as you think it should be, then your chain is slack and needs readjusting. So I'm in fourth gear now, throttle off, just a little bit of throttle on, and it picks up straight away. If my chain was slack, it'd be running and bouncing, and it wouldn't give that initial pickup straight away. Get around these corners. Yeah, so you're off throttle, then on throttle, and you want to be straight away off and on, off and on. Do it 3 or 4 times like that, like off and on, off and on, off and on. And if you're getting quick response, exact response like your bike should have, then you know your chain tightness is okay. If it's getting a bit jumpy, or if you're coming off the throttle and you're coming down to let's say a stopping position, and you're in say third gear, and if it starts chugging a little bit, it's not that you're in too low RPM, it could be that the chain is slack on the actual cogs. And what you'll do there as well is your chain will then, because it's bouncing off the sprocket slightly, it's going to wear your sprockets, so you're not actually doing your sprockets any good as well, because you're wearing them out. So then you're going to have to change your sprockets as well, which is more expense. It's a lovely day. It's supposed to be getting to about 28 degrees today. Going to work, 28 degrees. So that's it. Throttle off, on, off, on, off, on. And if you get too much of a jerkiness in the pickup of the bike when you're putting your throttle back on, you know your chain needs adjusting. And that's this first half done of this video. My second half is actually off the bike. How do you know if my chain needs adjusting? By physically looking at your chain, and I will tell you in a minute. Tatty bye for a minute. Getting around these bends. Hi, Mad Mick here again. This is how, my chain has been adjusted, so I can show you what I feel is the correct slackness. Now, if I move the chain up and down, I can move it about an inch up and about half an inch down. so that will be the travel. An inch up in the centre, do it from the centre, from the rear sprocket to the front sprocket. And on the top here, again, you can move it half an inch down and half an inch up. That will have more slackness than the bottom, but that is as tight as you need it. So there you go, about an inch you can move it by pushing hard, an inch down. Now on dual suspension rear suspension bikes, you'll find that when you sit on the bike on the dual suspension, one each side, it actually squats the bike a bit more, so you've got to be careful of not being over tight. But with being a centrally mounted shock, which is mounted on the actual arm, so it's on the swing arm at the back here, it's all mounted together. As you can see there, it's mounted to the swing arm on the top. Then only the actual top of the bike will compress, but this will actually stay the same. It's not going to elongate the back. Whereas if you have dual shocks on the back, when you sit on the bike, you put weight on, which actually slightly moves the back wheel, say a quarter of an inch on travel, on usage. So you have to have a little bit more slacker than that. But there you go. I'm sure you all know how to tighten your chain, but that's just to show you from the centre there, about half an inch up to an inch up, and a bit more tightness downwards, but an inch up, and that's it. Well, I hope you like the video. Please like, subscribe, etc., and I'll see you later. This is Man Mick signing off.
I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.